So guys, today back for a video on the channel. Today we have the Newcastle United versus Manchester United player ratings. What a game it was yesterday. Make sure I watch the vlog, it was unbelievable. The limbs for Maxi's goal, JOELINTON's performance and everything about the game, the atmosphere, everything. So I'll put at the top, there'll be a link in the description and on the end screen. But we'll do the player ratings now. I'm actually recording this the next day. Obviously I think I was just too tired after the game last night and whatnot, so I went straight to Kip. Woke up on Tuesday now when I'm going to be doing the player ratings. Let's get to it now, boys. We'll start off obviously by going from the goalkeeper all the way up and speak about everyone's performance. So then starting off in goal we have got Martin Dubravka, who didn't really make a proper save. He had to do that. Remember that long shot from Rashford? Yeah, he made a big mistake in the second half where he fumbled the ball and then Ellie did score from it, which was very lucky. But apart from that, he done what he needed to do. He made a couple. I think he made a save in the first half and was all sort of chanting his name. But apart from that, he didn't really have to do much. He didn't. Ronaldo didn't have a chance in the game, and I don't think he really caused a problem. And for the goal, he couldn't do much because it bounced off Lascelles and went through his legs, and his view was not able to be seen. So you can't blame him for the goal. You can't blame him for not getting the win. And overall, Martin Dubravka, a sound performance. I'm gonna go 7 out of 10. Right back now, Emil Kraft, and that was Emil Kraft's best game for Newcastle United. I'm not a fan of Emil Kraft. I think most Newcastle fans aren't, but he stepped into the play today, showed what he needed to do, and you know what, mate, fair play. He done what he done it. He came in, injuries struck. So Mancuso went to left back and he had to come in and he had to perform like that. I think he nutmegged Rashford or something in the second half. He done a mad move to put the ball in the box where Maxi's chance went to here, just saved it. But I think Emil Kraft was actually really good, and it was his best game in Newcastle United, and no doubt about it. If he's going to perform like that every game, give him a start. But the consistency needs to be there for Emil Kraft, and will he keep the consistency? I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. But I think Emil Kraft's overall performance was good. Like I said, it was good. I think he deserves a 9 out of 10. Centre backs now, Fabi Shaw will do first. I didn't think the defence defended what they could do, but they didn't really do much, which was a good thing. Like, you looked at Ronaldo, they handled him really well. Rashford didn't do anything. Greenwood first half didn't do now. Sancho didn't really do anything in the second half. They were getting chances, but there were chances where like they had to miss the next pass and just shoot from outside the box, or miss the pass and just shoot straight away because they couldn't get past Newcastle's defence. And you've got to give credit to both Lascelles and Fabi Shaw. For me, I think they were both class. But we'll speak about Fabi Shaw. Went a little bit of run in the second half. It was good to see the good old Fabi Shaw days. I think if we were playing like say a 5-back and Fabi Shaw's in there, I think you see Newcastle go for a lot more with Fabi Shaw getting like up the pitch. But at a 4-back, you've got to watch, because obviously he goes up and then they win the ball straight on a counter attack. There's literally just Lascelles as well, and he centre back, and we all know Lascelles has got a mistake in him, so we can't afford to do that. But Fabi Shaw, sound performance, good performance, an 8 out of 10 for me. Captain Jamal Lascelles now, I think fair enough. I think there's a lot of fans obviously been criticising him recently and whatnot, and I think he deserves the criticism what he should get. I don't think he's been great recently, but yesterday wasn't too bad. Bit like Fabi Shaw, just handled them, you know what I mean? If you're letting Ronaldo not have a clear-cut chance, Cristiano Ronaldo not get a clear-cut chance here, I think they deserve some credit, because you're letting the second best player in the world not do anything. Messi's first, or Messi over Ronaldo, before anyone says it. But Lascelles handled them. Greenwood done nothing in that first half, and that was because of probably Jamal Lascelles and Fabi Shaw. I'm going to give him the same as Fabi Shaw though, an 8 out of 10. Javi Mancuso at left back now, I thought he was absolutely brilliant. He was good. He was really good. He's had 2 good games against Manchester United this season. He was attacking, he was getting up the pitch, he was working hard. Sancho in that second half, what did he do? He couldn't do anything. Javi Mancuso was always there. And absolutely fair play to him, because he's been criticised over the years and whatnot, and yeah, again, you bring out a performance like that and it just shows like fair play to you, mate, because you're coming out against Manchester United, like we're seeing all these players again, Bruno, Ronaldo, Sancho, Rashford, Cavani, Greenwood, loads of players, and Mancuso handled it today, and you've got to give him credit. Javi Mancuso, good performance. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 as well. Midfield now, we'll start off with, we'll do S.LONGSTAFF first. I thought Sean That was his best game this season. It was. Obviously, he scored that goal against Watford early on in the season, but performance-wise, it was his best game. One criticism I've got, he was the reason why we conceded. You look at some stuff, right, he had so much time on the ball, all he had to do was bring it down, and he's headed it straight to Varane. And then the Varane just got rid of it. JOELINTON gets to give away a foul for a high foot. They go on the attack and score. You look at it like that. All Longstaff had to do was play the ball down and pass off to Manquillo, and then Newcastle United get 3 points. The little things like that will be the difference in surviving and getting relegated. The little things like that. Like, some fans might not even remember that. I did, and that was the reason why they scored. Obviously, you've got to look at the bigger picture and look at the defence and how we set up and whatnot, but if you look at it mainstream, that was the reason why we conceded. But aside that, he fucking grafted his arse off, right? Longstaff in recent years, right, is being criticised for not working hard, he's got too much time on the ball and whatnot. He fucking grafted today, fucking sliding, getting stuck in, and it's all you ask for. And you're seeing the fans were with him throughout that game. Recently they haven't been with Sean Longstaff. Today they were, and they were there with him to get that performance out of him, and by doing that, it's put him out to give him a good shift. And I want to say as well, absolutely fair play for coming on Sky Sports and bigging up JOELINTON, because not many players would have done that. No, they would have sat there and spoke about the team or the manager. He sat there and spoke about how good JOELINTON was, and we'll speak about Big Joey soon. But Sean Longstaff, you know what, 8 out of 10. Jonjo Shelvey now, like recently he has been performing. He obviously got that goal against Liverpool, and yet again today I thought he was actually quite good, to be fair. He was like with the fans, a bit like Sean Longstaff. He did graft his arse off, a couple of nice passes. Had a really good chance in the second. Well, I could have had a really good chance. If Gale literally switched it, he's gonna score. It's the little things, like I said before about Sean Longstaff, the little things can be the difference in surviving and getting relegated, and that's another situation. If Gale switches that ball to Jonjo Shelvey, 9 times out of 10 Shelvey smashing that in the bottom left corner and Newcastle win 2-1, and then you've won it. It could have happened, but it didn't. We've got to just look at the bigger picture and just think, right, look at the performance and whatnot. Shelvey, good performance, performed well, couple of nice switches, and like when Shelvey's constantly switching the ball, it dies out and he'll turn shit. When he's switching the ball every 10 minutes, once every 10 minutes, right, it works, because they're not used to it. They'll be sitting there expecting like a little short pass, when Shelvey just pings that fucking ball right over the Manquillo to Kraft, to whoever it is, right. It works, and that's what he was doing yesterday. Not every time he got the ball, boot up. There was none of that. He took control of the ball, looked where he needed the pass, and there was little passes there and there, right? But then when he was switching that ball up, fantastic. And that's the Shelvey that we love and see, and hopefully we can keep on getting that of him this season. Jonjo Shelvey, 8 out of 10. Ryan Fraser now, and he must be sick as a chip. He must be, man. 3 positions have not gone his way in the last 3 Premier League games, right? You've got the Liverpool tackle with Trent, which was a pen. You've got the Edison one, which was a fucking joke, right? And Cristiano Ronaldo should have been sent off. Though there was a close he done it with Sue all night, and the way he had to do it was by elbowing, jumping over 5'4" Ryan Fraser. Like, yet again though, Fraser grafted his arse off, and like people are saying, oh, he's fat and he's lazy and this, that and the other. Since he's joined Newcastle, right, he fucking grafted his arse off, and he deserves to start over Miggy. He does, right. He fucking grafted his arse off, right. I don't care what anyone says. It was a good performance, and he's been playing really well recently, and hopefully Craig Pope said he had an injury. Hopefully it's not too serious, because he's been performing massively recently, and you love to see it. Fair play to him, and hopefully we can keep going with it. And you never know, might get his first Prem goal for Newcastle. Obviously last time he scored a Prem goal was only 2 years ago. Hopefully he can get that soon. But Ryan Fraser, I did have this as being a bit too nice, but I'm actually going to give him a 9 out of 10. Right then, this is the moment you've been all waiting for, right? Everyone's been speaking about it, right? JOELINTON. Honest to fucking God, what a performance, right? First of all, right, I want to say something, right? The Sky Sports reporter, whatever you want to call him, right, is went to JOELINTON gone, I didn't know you were that good. He's went on that pitch and surprised every fuck off cunt, right? That performance right there, right? He's been brilliant for weeks, right? Brilliant since Eddie Howe's came in, right? that performance, right, is one of the best performances I've seen in the Newcastle United shirt with my own eyes. Never mind just under how, or this season, or the last 2 seasons. That's one of the best performances I've seen from a Newcastle player in the last like 6 years of going to the games. I've been going to the games for about 6 years now, right. That's one of the best performances I've seen from a Newcastle United player. He was absolutely unstoppable. He didn't lose the ball once all night, off the top of your head. He did not lose the ball because of his fault. His first touch was class. He was getting stuck in. He worked his fucking socks off, right? He was fucking sensational. Meg Marcus Rashford, just sublime. Just honestly, absolutely sublime. And finally, rival fans are finally seeing how good he was. And I will happily say that I was one of the haters. I remember the Rochdale game. I went fucking into JOELINTON, and it was like it was his fault why we've lost the game, blah blah blah, and whatnot. Right? Look at it now. It mustn't have been a JOELINTON problem. It must have been a Steve Bruce fucking problem. Because if you looked at the way he's performed under Eddie Howe compared to Steve Bruce, it just shows. And I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy because there was times where he wouldn't post on social media. He removed comments off his Instagram so nobody could comment on him. Never mind like verified or following people. He removed every comment, right? He was getting to a point where he was just generally sick. First season he got 2 goals at the football club. The season after he got I think it was about 4 or 5 in the Prem, and then this season he only has 1, right? But we're not asking JOELINTON to score every game. He's playing in a deeper role. It's what he should be doing, right? And it's so good to say that, and I couldn't be happier. Fair play to JOELINTON, man of the match from Sky Sports, from BinksNUFC, from everyone. JOELINTON, 10 out of 10. Then we went from one GOAT to another GOAT, SAINT-MAXIMIN. That's his best game under Eddie Howe. The goal was sensational. He performed really well, and I just pray to God this injury isn't seriously. Because lads, I'm gonna have to record my Everton preview today, but I actually don't know if the game actually it's gonna be on. Well, because they're COVID, or because the players available. We don't know what's gonna happen. I hope not, because it means Maxi might only miss a couple of games, and also we've got the cup game. So if everyone's just missing Southampton, that could be okay until our next Prem game. But we'll have to wait and see. Obviously I'm going to have to do something for the Everton game because I don't know what's going to happen. But Maxi, sensational, class, brilliant goal. Honestly, the goal, the limbs as well, lads. You need to watch the vlog if you haven't, right? The limbs were incredible, and honestly, right, there's times where you can figure you just pass the ball, Maxi, right? But sometimes, right, sometimes you've got to go on your own. Sometimes you do have to pass it, and you do, but sometimes it works when he goes on his own. Like Maxi could have easily laid it off into the left hand side, but when he scored his goal, but he went, no, I'm going to shoot me fucking tail. And I tell you what, the celebration was cool as well. Just just one of them. But Maxi was class. I don't think he was worthy of a 10 out of 10 performance, because if I'm giving JOELINTON a 10 out of 10, I can't be giving Maxi a 10 out of 10. He's getting a 9 though, 9 out of 10 for SAINT-MAXIMIN. And finally, Callum Wilson. I'll do Callum Wilson and Jacob Murphy now. Callum Wilson obviously performed really well in the first half, and let's just pray to God this injury isn't seriously, because we'll be like, oh, we've got a backup striker. Well, JOELINTON isn't a striker anymore, so it would literally be SAINT-MAXIMIN up top with probably's Almo on, because I can't see Gale starting unless we sign someone early in January. It's the only thing I can say. But hopefully the injury isn't serious. But I thought he performed really well in the first half. I think it was, I actually don't even know, but I think it was him who scored that offside goal in the first half. But I think he was sound, and it was shit to see him get substituted off. But I'll give Wilson an 8 out of 10. And then Jacob Murphy now. I think he performed actually really well, Murphy. He grafted his arse off. And one thing that I do like, right, when he was taking the corner, he was getting all the fans like chanting and whatnot, like getting them like, however, get fucking behind me, right? And it worked, because I think if Murphy doesn't do that, right, you look at the little things, right, if Murphy doesn't do that, do you think it could be the difference in just the way the stadium feels going at the 90th minute, and Man United could go on the counter attack and score, right? It probably won't, but you've got to look at situations like that. Fair play to Murphy, grafted his arse off, hit the post, so unlucky. I'm going to give Murphy an 8 out of 10 as well. Then obviously the 2 subs came on, which were Gale and Almond. Obviously Almond was so close with that chance, but I'm not going to give them a rating. They weren't on the pitch for too long. Lads, when I play our ratings, I had to be a little bit more talking than usual, but overall it was a class game, and you know what, boys, let's just hope this Everton game can get cancelled, and then we'll go to Southampton with a little bit more training, and hopefully players can be available and whatnot, and hopefully we can pick up 3 points at Southampton. But really good performance, boys. That's the end of the Newcastle vs Manchester United of 2021, and we'll see you Manchester United in 2022, well, hopefully, if we stay up. But see you to the next one, boys. Have a good one, and aye, boys, Joelinton is the GOAT.